It's Anime April here at Geek Devotions all month long. We're looking at different animes, and recently I found one that just began airing on Netflix called The Ramparts of Ice. Now, this is originally a manga that was turned into an anime, and it's a really fascinating story about a young lady who went through some pretty severe stuff as a young lady, and she built up ice walls really around her to protect her from other people. And it's actually a kind of a tragic story taking place as she also encounters people who are trying to genuinely just be nice to her. And what's crazy about this whole story is that honestly, I see this happen in real life all the time. And today on Geek Devotions, we're going to talk about what causes those walls and how we can help people kind of work through that at the same time. Hello, Devoted Geeks. Welcome to Geek Devotions, a show from devoted geeks who are devoted to letting you know you're loved. I'm Dallas. I'm so glad you've hit the play button today. If you are new to our show, we take geek pop culture items like movies, video games, and comics, and we use them to let people know that they're loved. So if you don't watch past this moment of this, we love you, we care about you, there is a plan and a purpose for your life. Do not give up. As I said in my intro, guys, it is Anime April here at Geek Devotions all month long. We're watching different anime and talking about them. We have some really cool things coming down the pipeline, including a really neat interview with a anime artist producer himself, and so I'm excited about it, and I hope you guys are too. Today, guys, I want to look at The Ramparts of Ice. This is a really fascinating anime that I've come across. Again, it just aired on Netflix a couple of days ago, and this is an anime that I really see. I genuinely see the people I love in this show. In it, you follow this young lady named Hikawa who she seemed to have been bullied as a child quite a bit, and there's a lot of things that took place, and she built up these walls, these metaphoric ice walls around her. And now that she's kind of matured, she's gotten older, she's found herself in a really interesting space where she wants to break out and be with people, but she's scared to. And because of the walls she built up, she's actually pushing people away. And this is something I've seen time after time with different people. And it's a natural response when you go through some traumatic things. You have people who are unkind to you on a regular basis. We tend to build up these walls. And there is aspects about life where we need to guard our hearts. The Bible talks about guarding our hearts. But there's a difference between guarding our hearts and then building up walls that keep people away forever. This is a really hard situation that Hiko is going through. She's a very genuinely sweet, kind young person. There's a good friend that she has that she's able to unwind with. She's able to be her true self with. But now that there's other people who are trying to interact with her in a genuine way, she doesn't know how to deal with it. And this is really going to be a problem with her going forward. She doesn't take control of it. And honestly, this is a situation that many people find themselves in, where they've gone through this. They've gone through some terrible things. They built up these walls, and they've kept people at arm's length. So much so that even unintentionally, they push people away. So for this episode, I want to kind of do two things. One, I want to talk directly to those of you who are maybe in that situation where you're keeping people away. But I want to also shift it to the responsibility of other people. Those of you who are in the room who you want to help these individuals. You want to help them kind of walk through this. And it's kind of an interesting dance that takes place here. First, to those of you who are struggling, you've built up these walls and you kept people back because you're trying to guard yourself. I want to encourage you. I understand the need, especially if you've been through some traumatic things. But I want to encourage you in this. You went through some terrible things, but do not allow those things to taint your vision going forward. Just because one person hurt you in a certain way, or maybe multiple people hurt you in a certain way, doesn't mean that every aspect overlays onto other people. When you see somebody else doing a couple key things that maybe remind you of those people who hurt you, it doesn't mean that that person is the same individual. You have to give people their own chance to be different, to be who they are. And I know it's hard. You're like, well, Dallas, I've been hurt so badly. I understand. But healing requires us stepping out in faith, stepping out and trusting one moment at a time. I'm not telling you to drop everything at one time and just like, all right, let's go with people. But what I am saying is that if you always seclude yourself, you will keep yourself from encountering the people who are genuinely kind, who will genuinely love you. And not just because they don't want to, but because you've pushed them away. You've taken on an identity of not necessarily an identity of a loner, but an identity of a victim. And that's hard to say for some people, but you've taken on the identity of a victim and you've allowed that to keep people back. And that's harmful. That is hurting you on the inside in a great way. And I really want to encourage you. You have to start slowly bringing those things down, reaching out and allowing people into your life. Get plugged into a good community, a safe community that's going to love you and walk you through these things. They're going to be honest with you, okay? There's a difference. Sometimes when I say in a community that's safe, that loves you, people think that it's going to be a community that's just, they're just going to be like, oh, whatever you want's good. No. A good, safe community goes, hey, this isn't healthy for you. This isn't right. And they're going to help you walk through that. They're not going to just bash you over the head and go, oh, what's wrong with you? But they're going to lovingly walk you through the process of healing and becoming who you were meant to be. Now, for those of you who want to help these individuals, those who are put up these ramparts, if you will, these ice walls keeping you back. I know that some of you out there, you see these people and you have a heart for them. You're burdened. You want to be friendly. You want to help them through this. I want to encourage you with a couple of things. First off, I want to point you guys to Colossians chapter 3, verse 12 through 14. Put on then as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience, bearing with one another, and if one has a complaint against another, forgiving each other as the Lord has forgiven you, so you also must forgive. And above all, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. In this verse, you see a couple key things that we as Christians are supposed to take on. And these are things that help us to be able to reach people, to encourage them, to help them find healing. Now, one of those things I want to point out first is the aspect of forgiving. And for many of us, you see these people and they're struggling with certain things. They're struggling to let people in, and you first thought, well, maybe they need to forgive. Well, yes, there is a level of forgiveness they need to walk through, but also as you reach out to them and try to help them, they may, in their hurt, lash out a little bit. And you need to forgive them of that. You need to forgive them of that. Why? Because you're operating in these things that come beforehand. You're operating with compassion. You're operating with kindness, humility, meekness, but most importantly, patience. When you're helping somebody find healing and walking through, they've put up these walls and they're keeping people back, you have to be patient with them. You have to understand that they've been through so much trauma that certain things kind of set them off. And I'm not going to use necessarily the word trigger here because I think that's been hijacked by different individuals and it's meaning things it doesn't mean. But what I am saying is it's going to put them in a situation where they go, man, this feels very familiar to how other people had abused me in the past. And so they lash out, they push back, they get scared because perhaps there's a point where they get to a point where they feel like maybe they can trust you, but now they're scared that that's the end of where things can be. So operate with kindness, operate with humility, but patience most of all. Proverbs chapter 25, verse 15. With patience, a ruler may be persuaded, and a soft tongue will break a bone. Here, the proverb writer is saying that patience is what helps bring down the walls, basically. These things that these people have built up. It takes time to pull those things down. It takes you with a soft tongue, with gentleness and kindness. Now, again, like I said at the front end, that doesn't mean you're affirming things that are wrong. It doesn't mean you're going, oh, no, that's fine for you to be this way. No. If something's wrong, we should say that it's wrong. But we don't need to be jerks about it. We don't need to ham fist ourselves into a situation where we're just pushing through. Remember, you're helping somebody find healing. And healing sometimes takes a gentle hand with kindness and mercy and meekness. That last portion of Colossians that I read, I really think summarizes it all, which is that we need to put on love. We need to operate in genuine love for people. We need to see these individuals as who they are, see who they can be, and with love, do our best to help them. Now again, with all those other things involved, okay? Kindness, meekness, patience, truth, not affirming deception, grace, all that comes together under this banner of love. I've said this before in multiple levels. A lot of people have this mindset that God is love, which is what the Bible teaches us. But when they say that, they're thinking more that love is God. What they're not realizing is that if God is love, that love must have all the attributes of who God is. And when we look at who God is a plethora of things. He is kind, he is merciful, but he is just, he is righteous, he is all these things. And so all those things are wrapped up in what love is also. So when we go to take care of people, it's multifaceted. And sometimes when you're coming at things, you're coming through your own worldview, like, well, this is what I needed. I needed this tough love. Well, not everyone needed that. You're just hard-headed. So, know the person you're dealing with. Be patient, be kind, be meek, and operate with love. Question of the week for you guys. April has a whole bunch of new anime coming out. What is the anime that you're most excited to be watching this month? Leave a comment and let me know. We may do a devotion on it later in the month. Also, want you guys to know about a really cool opportunity lesson I have. We have been invited to have a booth at the Fine Arts Festival taking place at the Assembly in West Monroe. This is a big competition taking place with several churches coming together. And we get to have a booth there. And it's going to be exciting to be able to be on the grounds with individuals and loving on teenagers, loving on the adults, and cheering on some fantastic talented individuals. And so we're excited to be there. And if you are going to be at the Fine Arts Festival, love for you guys to come by our booth, say hi and shake our hands, and let us pray with you. Let us encourage you for a little bit. Also, Celeste and I are going to have on-site copies of our curriculum for the Focus Track, which was a whole curriculum that we built for student ministry based around a Mario Kart tournament. It's like a 6-week curriculum that we created. We're going to have copies on grounds for people to be able to purchase at their own cost. Whatever they want to give. They can give nothing, they can give whatever. We want to be able to bless people. And so we had that there. And if you're like, hey, Dallas, I won't be able to go, but can I get that curriculum? You can. Go to our website, geekdevotions.com, click on our resource page, and you can download the curriculum off our website right there too. All the stuff that we're doing, the curriculum, going to other places, getting the stuff we do to make these episodes every single week, guys. We have not missed a single Friday since we started back in 2016. We can't do this alone. In part, this is done because we have people who are cheering us on, encouraging us, that they feel inspired. They hear, they experience our stuff, and it encourages them, and then they tell us how it encourages them, and that inspires us to do more. But also, we have people who have financially supported us here at Geek Devotions. They have given funds to be able to do this, to get equipment, to get the different materials we base our devotions on. And if you'd like to become a devoted Patreon geek or give a one-time gift, go to our website, Geek Devotions, and click on our support page where you can learn how to help support what we do here. I also invite you guys to take part in our community, take part in our Facebook group, Devoted Geek Life, take part in our Discord channel. Visit our website, geekdevotions.com, where we're updating with all kinds of stuff all the time. Until next time, guys, stay devoted, peace and love.